Welcome to Divine Soul Therapy. I am Moe Nicole, your intuitive, trauma-informed trained therapist and spiritual healer. Here, you are guided through a therapeutic tarot therapy session aimed at healing the soul, heart, and mind as you embrace your spiritual transformation into becoming your divine self. Each session is designed to target a particular area as a way to evolve into your true divinity and embrace the magic that has always been inside of you. Here you are given the permission to love yourself, heal, and continuously evolve into the butterfly you've always been meant to be. Ashe. Hey butterflies, welcome back to Evolving Butterfly Goddess with me, Moe Nicole. We are back with another Divine Soul Therapy session. This is session number 8. I hope you all have been doing well and you've been able to keep up with your journal prompts. I'm really excited for today's session, okay? So before we even get started, feel free to let me know down below in the comments your 3 adjectives for how you are feeling this week as you're coming into today's session. Just, give a nice little piece of info on how you're feeling and all of that jazz. I am going to open up the session before we get deeper into the topic with our sound bowl, just to kind of clear out the energy in the space. The energy of what others may be bringing into this space, but then also any energy that may be lingering, if it's any energy lingering around me and things of that nature. So we're going to do that to clear out the energy while you all are meditating over your week. And then we're going to get into today's session, okay? That was a high vibration frequency. And that goes into today's session. I do have 3 guiding statements, so we're going to be getting into those guiding statements as we get through the session. But today's topic, we are looking into low vibrational energy. What is it? How can we keep it from us? A lot of us may not realize that we're vibrating on lower frequencies. When it's something that it's normal, you know what I'm saying? We do this normally, okay? And so we're going to be tapping into it. I have our objectives for today's session. So by the end of the session, there's 3 objectives in which the goal is for the butterflies to find themselves at when it comes to balance and fully understanding this topic, okay? So the first one, by the end of the session, butterflies will be able to understand what low vibrational energy does to the body. By the end of today's session, butterflies will be able to identify low vibrational things and people around them. And by the end of today's session, butterflies will be able to identify ways for them to vibrate higher, okay? Now, I am saying come into this space with an open mind, okay? Because especially, I know in the spiritual space, it's a lot of low vibrational energies going around. And it may not be realized that it's low vibrational, but our body keeps the score. Our body knows when we have too much of it around us. I'm all about balance. So balancing out the vibration. We have our high, our light. Then we also have our, low and our dark. And it's all about finding that balance. But sometimes the low energy, the low frequency takes over and it's like, what balance? Okay. And so that's what we're tapping into in today's session. Okay. So our planet guide for today is actually Jupiter. And the reason why Spirit had me choose Jupiter as being our planet guide today is because Jupiter rules expansion, okay? And many people can get this confused because they automatically think Jupiter is all about luck and increase of, you know, money and all of that, when it's like expansion could be either expansion of good things or the expansion of bad things is what we're doing a lot of and feeding into that expands basically, okay? And so this Jupiter energy is just going into like, how are we expanding our dark or low and our light / high, okay? And so I have my positive energy tea that I am drinking on today that you can find from my shop, energy tea and candles. I will have the product link down below for you as well for you to check out. And for the past sessions, if this is one of your first sessions tuning in, I do have the playlist down below as well with all of the Divine Soul Therapy sessions, and then the ones that are on the website, I'll have that link down below as well for you to be able to access, okay? All right, so we're gonna get right into this. My goal is to kind of make the sessions shorter, because at first they were like an hour long or so, or whatever the case is. So I'm just like, okay, let's try to make them shorter. So I only have 3 guiding statements, and hopefully it stays within like the time range that I'm hoping for. But if not, then we just gonna play it that way. It's just something about the longer readings when it comes to uploading them. It takes forever to upload them. So, all right, so we're gonna look at, we have 4 questions that we're gonna tap into. And oh my gosh, I left my other decks over there. Okay, I think I was supposed to leave them. That's why I don't have them. I was supposed to leave them over there. All right, we're gonna go with the flow. We're gonna go with the flow. So our first question is, what happens to the body when it is connected to low vibrations? Okay, so what exactly is low vibrational energy? And low vibrational energy is all about, not the 7 of Swords and the 5 of Scepters when I split the deck. It's energies that are heavy. Low vibrational energy is heavy. So it brings about sadness, depression, doubt, fear, distrust. Okay, those are all low vibrational feelings. I think I already mentioned depression, severe anxiety. Okay, those are low vibrational energies. You see, I had the 7 of Swords and then the 5 of Scepters when I split the deck. And it's also fighting, it's tension. Okay, so low vibrational is anything that brings in the fear, the tension, the distrust, the, you know, feeling like you got to look over your shoulders all the time and things of that nature. That is considered low vibrational because it's heavy on the body. And the thing is that type of stress and energy on your body, just like how water carries a frequency and vibrations, our body carries that same energy. So if we're feeding it with a lot of low vibrational energies, whether we know it's low vibrational or not, but we're going to get into that, okay? It affects our body's development. It affects our organs, how they, you know, work and pump and all of that. It affects our digestive system, okay? Which is why when some people go through, you know, depression or severe anxiety, whatever the case is, their digestive system gets messed up. You know, when people use the bathroom on themselves and things of that nature, when they get scared, or, you know, those are examples of how our body can respond to these low vibrational things around us. It's hard to have a healthy processing body when we have primarily low vibrational energies and processes being fed into us, okay? And then that then affects our mental health, and it affects our ability to move forward and go after the things that we really want to go after in our life, okay? I do have our journal prompts at the end as well. Sorry, I did not mention that at the beginning of the session, but you all know at the end of each session we have journal prompts, okay? And so this was just a good piece of information in regards to what does low vibrational things do. So it may have that quick fix right there in the moment on how you feel, but the long-term effects of it on your body is unhealthy. Okay, you can take some low vibrational stuff today, then all of a sudden next week you're wondering why you can't get out the bed. Well, what have you been engaging in that may have been affecting your energy, okay? Especially on this journey of evolving and growing deeper into like your spiritual self, we have to have more strength and power over how we let certain energies, things, and people into our life, because some people can have such low vibrational energy to them. When they're around us, it rubs off on us. And so we really want to watch out for that, okay? So getting into our next question, what is considered low vibrational? So what may be low vibrational in your life at this time? And that's going to start us with our first statement, key statement that we're going to be getting into, which is about cleansing, okay? Detoxification. So we're going to start off with the detoxification. In each moment, I am a new me. So you are supported as you release habits and limiting patterns that are not serving your highest good. So we're going to get into what are some of the activities and things that may be done that's bringing some low vibrational energy into your life at this time, okay? I'm definitely getting here substances. So if you have been going through, like if you have things with, you know, depression and anxiety, using substances, it increases it. It increases the issue, it increases the problem, okay? And so with this detox, it's definitely getting a sense of what are you feeding into your body within substances. What are you eating, okay? Because certain foods, depending on your body, certain foods takes longer to be able to digest and process through. So if it's making your organs work harder to be able to process it and digest it, it's taking away energy from other parts. So if you feel yourself losing energy, being low energy, not being able to get up or do anything after eating something or doing something, that means that it lowered your vibration. Okay. I'm also getting the energy with this detox, TV, social media. So are you taking in anything from social media or TV that pushes low vibrational things? So the fighting, the constant bickering and arguing, the constant drama, you know, the constant toxic things, you know, things that make you continuously feel like a victim, like all of those that we may feed into our soul and our spirit. This is giving a vibe of us needing to detox those habits. This is giving a sense of, because it's saying releasing old habits, so it's definitely giving into the vibe of releasing some old habits that are no longer working for you, okay? Let's get deeper into this detox energy. And maybe even in your journal, because I do ask that you all bring your journals with you to these sessions, that you look within your journal, right within your journal as we're discussing this. And we have to be honest with ourselves, okay? I know everyone is not going to be honest with me, even though I can tell when somebody lying to me, like I'm going to play along with you, like, yeah, you know, I ain't going to bust you out. But spirit be telling on a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why it's important to be honest with self and where you're at and what you're working on, and keep working to get better, because we can trick the human eye, right? But we can't trick spirit. And the way our lives are and how it plays out is a reflection of that inside, right? The internal. So it's giving this bag lady energy. What are you potentially holding on to that needs to be let go of? So we have the lovers coming out. So some of y'all may be attached to toxic relationships, toxic lovers, toxic friends. It's always some type of drama. You know, it's like if you have things that you know you need to work on within self, we shouldn't be trying to force relationships and love, okay? It's time and a place for that, because if we have two unhealthy people coming together, it's going to be an unhealthy situation. So to have the lovers come out in general, a lot of this is most likely friendships and relationships and people that you may keep around you and in your space, and their energy is rubbing off on you. Like I said, especially if you're on a spiritual journey. When you're on a spiritual journey, you're open. You're very open at this time, okay? And so you have to be like stronger with your defenses on what you allow around you, because you're more prone to attacks. You know what I'm saying? From energies that are against what you're working on or what you're working on to become. So you need to really look at the relationships and things around you. But this lovers is also Gemini energy, and Gemini rules with the Mercury energy, which is about communication, how we communicate with others, how we communicate with ourselves. So some of this could be also your communications that you have with people. What are you always talking about? Are you talking about gossip? Are you talking about low vibrational things most of the time? You know what I'm saying? And that's another way to be able to weigh your friendships. Like, what type of things do y'all talk about? What are y'all conversing about? What are you working on? If most of it is on toxicity and the gossip and what's going on and the old days, that's a low vibrational connection. Balance will be when y'all talking about what you working on, what you building, business, the same amount as you talking about other things that may not be as progressive. You get what I'm saying? And so really look at those relationships and habits that you may be having right now. I'm getting in here an addiction to like attention, or maybe like feeling like you need to have someone, you need to have something or someone around you. And these limiting patterns and beliefs that goes deep into there. Like if you missed the other Divine Soul sessions, please make sure y'all watch them. If you're here to truly evolve, okay? Because not everyone wants to be introduced to themselves. And that's something that I've come to learn in this space as well. It's harder to face yourself than to just look at things from a surface level. So what is not serving your highest good at this time? Spirit said that's what it is right now for the collective of energies. Yeah, 7 of Scarabs in the reverse. So you're not feeding into the things that would be building you up as much as you're feeding into the things that are just for the right now. So needing to let go of the immediate gratification actions and relationships and things of that nature, and embracing more of a future energy of what it is that you're building and creating for yourself, okay? And that then takes us into our evolution energy. And this is going up because we're starting with root chakra, then we have solar plexus, then we have throat chakra. But in our second energy, we have evolution. So we move from cleansing the energy from around you, to evolution. And evolution is going to come from you changing your perspective of change and what is true for you in this moment, okay? And so this is with the Melaleutia, and this is, I attract only what is for my highest good. So the imbalances and relationships that have been keeping you down are no longer needed. You are ready to transform. So this is the evolution energy of when you're finally ready to say, you know, I'm done with this. I'm done with living off of comfort. I'm done with following what just feels good for me and my spirit and my soul. I'm done with it. I'm ready now to tap into something that's going to make me evolve, like on some Pokemon type stuff. You get what I'm saying? But it's no longer needed. In a lot of ways, you kind of felt like you needed these things in people, when in reality, certain stuff is being revealed to you now that as much as you thought you needed it, is actually you need to have less of it for you to fully be independent of self and, you know, what it is that you said that you're coming to do and create. You know what I'm saying? And so this next question we have is, what habits may bring you low? Because that's what we're bringing you back up. You get what I'm saying? Some of you all need to keep a schedule. Some of you all need to create like a list of coping mechanisms for different things happen to you. Some of you all need to learn how to say no. Some of you all need to put your phone on do not disturb. Some of you all need to learn how to ignore people. Some of you all need to stop dating. You need to stop trying to build something right now when you're still trying to build yourself. Especially if you're connecting to things and people who are not on the same path as you. I'm also getting consistency. All right, so we have spiritual partnership that's coming out. So do you have, and then you have spiritual career. So do you have a connection to, you know, if you're changing your spiritual self or growing or evolving spiritually, but then your individuality in the midst of it, okay? So not trying to be like everybody else, but doing your own thing with your own spin on it is what this is giving. So who are you at the core? Who are you with your spiritual self at the core? It's time to evolve spiritually, because this purple is giving crown chakra energy, and crown chakra is just the compilation of all your lower chakra energies, okay? And this being with root chakra, with individuality, do you know yourself? Do you know yourself without everyone else? Do you know yourself without everyone else defining you and telling you who you are? Do you know yourself enough to say no thank you when something doesn't align with you. Do you know yourself enough? Because that is one of the key pieces, definitely when it comes to the spiritual aspect and the spiritual partnership. I feel like this is the sense of you partnering back up with yourself, partnering up with higher vibrational spiritual things. What's actually growing you and developing you? You know, how much entertainment do you take in? What is that entertainment doing for you? Is it just, you know, passing time? But how is it entertaining you? What type of feelings do you get when you listen to it? When you finish listening to it, do you feel doubt? Or do you feel like you can't trust people? Or are you walking around thinking that people about to do something? Like, what do you feel after this entertainment? Because that's going to let you know what vibration you brought into your life at that time. Okay? And I'm getting this vibe of you needing to be more light like a feather. So you may need to release some things and people that are not providing that balance or bring that balance of positive and negative. And we've all been there. We have all been there. I was literally just thinking, not too long ago, I was like, dang, when I do low vibrational readings, people run to those. People run to watch those readings. And I was like, Spirit, why is it that when we talk about higher vibrational things, you got to beg people to watch it, or, you know, beg them to want to. And Spirit reminded me that, like, most of this world is low vibrational energy. 80% of this earth is operating in low vibrational energy. That's what's keeping the world going around. That's what's keeping, you know, different people's bills paid. Because when we can engage in low vibrational things, it takes the energy off of us and, like, the responsibility off of us. And we could just sit back and, you know what I'm saying, be entertained or whatever the case is, not realizing that it's feeding our spirit certain things and energies. Like, whatever is harder to do is usually better for us. Whatever is harder to do is usually better for us. Because good is not going to just come easy. So when looking at our third guiding statement with sovereignty, time to be sovereign, separate yourself. This is with lemon eucalyptus. I actually have some lemon in there. I have an interesting blend in my diffuser today. But I navigate through life with ease. Now you must claim your energetic independence and cut the cords to lower vibrations. It is time to ascend. So it's time to look at what cords are you connected to at this time that are not conducive to you. What things are you connected to that you need to proclaim your independence from? For you to be able to ascend into something higher. And that's what Spirit wants us to identify with this guiding statement. I just saw the Hermit. Yeah, it was the Hermit. And then the 9 of Discs that's coming out. So separating yourself and really, because 9 of Discs is like creating a promising like financial future. So what areas are you called to ascend in? You have the Devil coming out, then the Princess of Disc. The Devil energy can also be a very determined person, someone who is only focused on themselves at this time. So a lot of people may see this energy as being selfish, thoughtless, okay? And so this is giving the vibe of you being in sovereignty may be you not putting so many people ahead of you how you may have been in the past. Because you may have been like literally taking in everyone else's energy when it's like, no, you can't afford that. You know what I'm saying? You can't afford that. Focus on your own energy at this time. Because then with this Princess of Disc, you have to be patient. So when you start this journey and this process of trying something new, it took time for you to be built into who you are now. So you got to allow the time to pass and you creating, I'm getting new processes, new routines. You know, it takes a while to create new habits. And so as you are in this space of figuring out how to create new habits, this also with this energetic independence, if it's some addictions in here. And it could be addicted to complaining. It could be addicted to sex. It could be addicted to love. It could be addicted to people pleasing. It could be an addiction to nicotine. It could be an addiction to food. Whatever is something that you have an addiction to, whenever you have an addiction to anything, you can be controlled. You can be controlled. You have to learn how to have control over that thing. You got to know how to have control over that thing. And that's this devil energy as well. Don't allow yourself to be controlled by the habits and by just what feel good or what you're comfortable with. But being able to sometimes take matters into your own hands and be like, no, it's time to stop. Like big boss energy. This is Capricorn. Capricorn is also boss energy. That's a cardinal sign. Taking matters into your own hands. But knowing that it's going to be a journey. And when you first start something, like, and that's the problem. A lot of people start card at the bottom of the deck. Like they'll start something. If they don't see results immediately, they get depressed or sad and go back to doing other things. Like it didn't take them years to get to where they at now with the current mindset. So why in the hell would you think that changing and a week later, everything is going to be perfect? That's an unrealistic expectation. And the reason why it feels, you know, quote unquote, more difficult now is because you are aware of it. Most of the psychological programming that is happening over time, you weren't aware of it. It was unconscious. It was in the TV commercials. It was in the videos. It was in the movies. It was in our educational system. It wasn't intentional. Like it was subconscious. So you didn't know really what you was eating and what you was feeding into. But now you're conscious of these changes in what you're doing. When you're conscious of it, it can sometimes feel like it's more difficult because you have to be active to actively engage in it. This world is not naturally high vibrational. So if you're just going around the world naturally without being intentional, you're going to be sucked into the low vibrational. And so you have to be intentional when it comes to high vibrational. And so with this, you claiming your energetic independence, you have to make the decision that I'm not letting anything affect me further than this. Period. Period. But we're going to check the energy real quick. It's a butterfly effect. Effect. It's a butterfly effect. A effect. Time to change some energy. Change some energy. Time to check your energy. Check your energy. Oh, talk about butterfly effects. I noticed that there's been some creators who now want to call their readings butterfly effects. And it's like, okay, I see, you know, we can be influenced by other people, but don't call it the same thing that the person that you're being influenced by call it. Come on now. Be a little bit more creative. Be more creative, baby. Be more creative. Because if it's called the butterfly effect, evolving butterfly goddess. That's me, okay? Got the whole deck. Oh, and which y'all will be able to purchase real soon. I'm in the process of getting together drop shipping options so it could be able to ship around the world versus me having to buy decks and have them on hand. Y'all will be able to just order from the company and it'll be shipped to you. So I am in the process of getting those done, and they should be done. Like, it's been taking forever to get them uploaded, but my goal is to get it finished in this week, to get everything uploaded and together or whatever. But all right, so you got 1616. Don't throw the baby out. In your attempt to clean house, make sure whatever you let go of is in alignment with purpose. You run the risk of ending something that is actually good for you. This is a reminder to double check everything. So as we're talking about being sovereign and checking your energy, this is exactly what it's saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure that what you're, you know, if you say, oh, this is low, is it really low vibrational, or is it holding you accountable? Is it really low vibrational? You get what I'm saying? So make sure you're paying attention to the things that you're letting go of versus bringing in, because also some things can make you, you know, it's high vibrational and it's giving you certain feelings. You think it's low vibrational because you're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? It's just because it's challenging you. You get what I'm saying? And so don't throw out something just because it feels like a challenge per se versus if it's bad energy. Okay. That's exactly what this is giving. So double check everything with the energy. Double check everything with the energy. Yeah, that's the vibe. Double check everything. Whew, how are y'all feeling at this point in the session? How are y'all feeling right now? Let me know down below in the comments 3 adjectives to share how you are feeling at this time. Me personally, I'm feeling motivated. I'm feeling excited, and I'm feeling at peace right now. I'm feeling at peace with how this session went and with the flow of the session. And so, yeah, let me know down below how you all are feeling in regards to this reading. But then also write in your journal this week, you know, for today's prompt. I'm gonna give you all the prompts in a second, but how are you feeling like moving forward from this session? You know, I don't want you to just have this session feel good and don't do anything from it. And so that's why we have the journal prompts this week is going to be very good for us to work through processing the various things around us, okay? And the energies, okay? So starting off with day 57, and I want to let all of you all know we started at day 1 with the first week. So I will have the links and things down below for you to access the past week's journal prompts, as well as the playlist for the past public readings. And so you'll have access to those, and you can start when, you know, you're ready. So if you want to, you know, start it as day 1, you can start as day 1, but this is basically for the people who have been going along with the process since we started, okay? So day 57, what activities or experiences have made me feel the most joyful and alive? How can I incorporate more of these into my life? Day 58, what negative thought patterns or beliefs have been holding me back? How can I reframe them into more positive and empowering thoughts? Day 59, what am I grateful for in my life right now? How can I focus on these blessings to attract more positivity? Day 60, what self-care practices or routines nourish my body, mind, and soul? How can I prioritize these activities regularly? Day 61. What goals or dreams ignite my passion and excitement? How can I take small steps towards manifesting them? Day 62. How can I let go of any past regrets, resentments, or fears that are weighing me down? What affirmations can I use to replace these with a sense of lightness? And day 63. What acts of kindness or positive interactions have I had recently? How can I continue spreading love and positivity to others and myself? So those are our sessions, journal prompts for this week. If you would like to get an email reminder once a week on the journal prompts, I do have a newsletter on my website, and you'll see it at the bottom of all of the journal prompt blogs. For you to sign up to be notified every week. I send them on Sundays of the weekly journal prompts. Even on the weeks when the videos are on the website, I still send out the journal prompts for you all to have for that week. And so feel free to sign up for that newsletter to get those emails every week. It's free, okay? And yeah, if you all would like to donate to the channel, you could donate through, we have the super thanks here on YouTube. I have my PayPal for my email, info@moenicole.com. You can join one of my memberships, okay? And they start off at just a $1.99 investment, $1.99 investment here on YouTube. And there's different tiers on the channel as well as on my website. And for the off weeks when I am not posting the Divine Soul Therapy sessions here on YouTube, they're posted on the Butterfly Garden, the Butterfly School of Transformation, both of the memberships on my website, and then the Divine Soul Therapy tier here on YouTube and up, okay? And so that's where you'll be able to find those videos on the off weeks. And I want to thank you all for being here. This was the vibe. This was definitely so much the vibe. The ancestors came through in this session. So I look forward to hearing back from you all in the comments or in the membership area. And as always be real, always be true. Don't be afraid to do what you want to do. Period. I love y'all. And as always, continue to bloom. Let's get our water in here. The seasons is changing, honey, so our flowers and plants just gonna have to be a little different. Until, look, if you want to donate an indoor plant light to the channel, I do have an Amazon wish list down below, and you can purchase that for the channel. So I thank you all for being here. Continue to bloom, and I'll see you in the next one.